Hello and welcome back to the Custom Garage Backyard Build-Out series. Today we're going to spend a little bit of time getting caught up. It's been, I don't know, probably 3 weeks before we've done any filming. I've been fighting weather conditions, a lot of rain, a lot of things that kind of prohibit us from actually shooting video. But today we're back and I wanted to just recap what we've gotten done so far over the last 3 weeks, get you caught up a little bit. So I'm going to switch the camera around. And we can start out here. As you can see, I finally have grass. Almost a year now. It's been a year coming up in Thanksgiving since I started tearing this yard up. And here we are in September, not quite a year, but finishing it up, hopefully. Now we got into a last minute grading job. Made it a little difficult with the sprinkler heads in to get where I wanted to be on it. So I have some dipty-doodads, I call them, in the yard. But I was very happy that the grass was coming in. It'll be 3 weeks this Wednesday since we hydro-seeded. We ended up with a lot of dry weather right after it. Finally got it watered up pretty good. And then we ended up with about 5 or 6 days straight of rain, which wasn't good for the root system. You can actually overwater and cause even more problems because then the roots get damaged and they don't, your grass doesn't come through. So I want to show this right here. We ended up taking this sidewalk line straight down, backfilled that with some 3 to 5 inch river rock, and added some lighting for at night so you can see coming up the driveway. It's just some Tommy Bahama lighting I added from Costco. It's pretty reasonable. So out here, you can see where that sink mark is. There's going to be a pole in there with 2 rails coming back down to the ground, kind of like a marker for the driveway. There's going to be one on each side of that driveway over there and one on each side of this driveway here as well. Coming back here, we did the pea gravel, and right here it's a little messy because I ran out of edging at the time we were trying to get it all in. So we went ahead and stopped on that and just let it do what it's doing, and I'll have to clean it up afterwards. Here, if you remember correctly in some previous videos, there was a pipe draining out here and making quite a mess from the air conditioner. We're going ahead and buried that underground and took it back to the drain pipe for the gutter system here, runoff from the roof. We still got to get these lines buried once I do a little bit more repair on them. Had some pieces I had to piece in while I was waiting for some more line to come. Ended up having to run with it for now, but I'll go ahead and get those repaired and in the ground, and this river rock will follow around where I have this border right now. We went with some very high dollar metal edging here, as you can see. I'm not a fan of the plastic and some of the other items on the market, so I went with this. It was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend, but sometimes you got to spend more to get what you want. So the back grass here, this is a little bit questionable. I'm hoping that this area over in here starts to come in. It looked like it started to, and then it stopped. But you can see here we're getting a little bit. We've had about 5 days of on and off light rain over the weekend just now, and then all last week. So there's some areas that just don't seem like they're popping yet, but that doesn't mean they won't, because the system kind of grows from underneath the ground and you don't know what you've got until it comes up. Back here, same problem. You can see I'm good, and then I got dips, and it was just a panic trying to get this done because the hydro seeder had a cutoff date of 3 weeks ago where he was switching over to Fiscue, and I didn't want to get jammed up and have to wait till spring to get this lawn in. I was hoping this is definitely a good time to put a lawn in and get it started in the fall here in Tennessee. We still got to come back and do all our fabric and get rid of the weeds and rock this with river rock. I managed to get up to 120 feet of fencing, as you can see right here. Put up about 40 feet yesterday and the day before. Hitting a lot of clay. Some of the holes weren't deep enough and I had to hand dig them, and that was painful. So we're going to be rocking around some of these areas here so I can get in with the lawnmower. We're going to rock underneath the fence itself with some fabric and some 2 to 5 inch rock. We're going to finish up over here where the rain barrel is. Hopefully get that tied in here soon, now that we could have probably filled it twice with the rain we've had. So I'm going to round this a little bit so that when I come in here with the lawnmower, I don't have any issues with making the turns. So we're stopped here. We've got 1, 2 more, and then we're going to come across right there at the end of the house with a gate and the rest of the fence. There's going to be I'm just going to put a small service gate in here. Out front here, you can see we've got a little bit more grass coming in. It's just really hitting really well. Real happy with the front yard. Grading, not so much, but there's a little trick with the Bermuda, like they do on golf courses. They continuously are adding sand to it in the low spots, and then you kind of rake it all in, and then the grass just continues to grow through the sand. The sand makes a real strong base for this Bermuda, so that's something I can come back in next year. And the low spots, if they become a problem, then we'll go ahead and we'll do a little bit of grading with that. I think we'll be in good shape. And I have to show off, that is a mum right there. I don't know what happened to it, but it really got big. That's about 5 times the size it should be. It's getting ready to bloom, so that was kind of interesting. I had to prop it up with a tomato plant stand. And so this area here is pretty much done. I'm not going to do much more to this, maybe a few more plants in here. And then out here we're going to put some more trees. Probably, I really love blue spruces. I'm probably going to put a blue spruce out here, somewhere in between there. That one there that's barely hanging on, I'll probably take this one out over here, this cedar tree. It might be a pine, I'm not sure. I think they're cedars. I'm going to take that cedar out right there, and I'll put a nice blue spruce in there. And maybe one more over here between the 2 trees, I'm not sure yet. And then down below, where it drops off on the back side here, I'm going to get a couple of cypress trees in there. They get really big. They get 25, 30 feet in the air, and they get about 20 foot in diameter. So I'm really thinking about putting one right there. I'll clear this out a little bit more. I'll put one in there for privacy. And that should do it. You know, I'll have this one here and this one over here. That way that'll be year-round, kind of private. Bring some privacy back to the yard. So here you can see we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. There was a hole over here, got filled in. Should be 5, somewhere right in here. And then there'll be 2 gates, 2 service gates. A small gate over there is what I was kind of thinking. So then when I just come into the yard, I don't have to open the big gates to do so. Over here we had that pad. We got prepped up for that propane tank that never happened, but we do have one that I'm going to pick up from a friend of mine that's no longer using his, and we're going to get that set. Once the lawn gets a little more stable, I can get in here with a trailer. I don't want to run on this just yet. I'll let it get established first. So that's about a wrap there. It's going to be a pretty long when it comes in. I'm excited to be able to get out here with the lawnmower. It's been kind of sitting idle for just about a year here. It's sitting there on the patio waiting for some grass. So stay tuned for more. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification and all. And we appreciate you so much for watching our channel. Bye now.